Welcome back. Health coach Mary Petrus is here, and we're going to show her website throughout this segment as well. She has Beyond Basic Health Coaching.
Yes.
And your focus is clean eating.
Yes. It is clean eating, and it's about feeling your response to food. So I teach people, instead of dieting and restrictions, how to find out what food works for them, what gives them energy, what heals the body, and what puts them in the best mind frame and body that they want.
How do you gauge your response to food? I mean, do you suggest journaling, or how do people kind of, well, this food made me feel tired? I mean, how do you, what are the steps that you start with that?
Well, I actually have my own food mood journal that I have all
food
my,
mood.
yes, food mood. Because
Like
food does respond very differently for each and every person. So that's why one diet doesn't work for everybody. But there are certain things like clean eating that are going to be great for everybody. And that's why I go over things like this.
And clean eating is very, I think it's one of the things people don't know what that exactly is. You know what I mean? They'll know what low carb is, or low fat, or vegetarian, but when you say clean eating, it's a larger spectrum.
And it's relatively new to people. But what I consider clean eating is really no contamination within your food. So if it's been genetically altered, if it's not organic, if it has chemicals and preservatives and dyes, that's not normal for our body. We shouldn't have that in our system. And when people start moving away from it, that's when they start feeling different. So that's the beauty of the food mood journal, is because then you know this is what responded in this way. Maybe you have colitis issues, and you have more symptoms when you eat certain things. So it's really important.
How long does it take for you to respond? Like if I start eating a certain way, you know what I mean? Like how long does it usually take for the human body to kind of respond to changing a diet in this way? Getting chemicals out of it.
Well, some people, it's really, really quickly. You know, when people start working with me, it's about 3 weeks before they start having really big results.
Okay.
So huge energy boosts, and they start feeling very, very different at that time.
So it takes a few weeks for, I mean, you've been eating a certain way for 30 plus years, or 40 plus years, or 50 plus years.
Yeah. Can't expect it to happen overnight. But then once you start, if you add back in things with chemicals, you'll feel it pretty quickly.
Okay, so that's the real way to test it too, is to show that, okay, for 3 weeks you've been eating clean, and then you introduce,
That's how you prove that it's right for your body to be away from that.
Okay, I like that too. I like to see, and it's not about eliminating things, it's about adding things that are good for you.
Adding and replacing.
And replacing.
Yes, so instead of saying, I can't have chips, say, here's a different chip that you can have that you still will love.
You will still love.
Yes.
Okay, so kale, no. I know, some of you look at that and go, this is something that we would be it's beneficial to us because why? Tell people, why should we try kale?
Well, there's a lot of reasons to try kale. One, it has a lot of fiber, it has a high nutrient content. It's also known as a superfood. And when we put superfoods into our body, now we have more nutrients for less food volume. So we don't have to eat as much. So if you're going to have a head of lettuce, which has little to no nutrients in it, but it has a lot of water content. If you replace it just with kale, then you're going to feel drastically different because it increased nutrient content.
Okay, so people are looking at it, and this is kale you bought at the grocery store, so there it is.
I did, yes.
Here's what kale looks like. I mean, it looks like lettuce for the most part.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's just, it has this little stem on the back of it, and this is great for so many different things. You can chop it up real small, put it in your salad, but for kale chips, I actually like to take it off.
You take it off the stem. So
yes.
Okay.
So it's just really simple, because nothing I do is hard. If it's hard, I won't do it, because of the fact that it takes too much time, too much effort means you're not going to do it.
You're going to grab
as
a potato chip if it takes 4 hours to make a kale chip.
Exactly. So I make little pieces like this. So it's about the palm of my hand.
Size of a chip.
Yes.
Bite size.
Of a chip. Exactly. So all I want to do is break it up. Little kids can do this too.
Right.
And it's so easy. So you can just break it into little pieces, like so.
How expensive is kale? When you...
Actually, this was $1 a pound.
Great.
And these are light.
Yeah,
so
you
it
get
takes a lot to actually do this. This is going to be a lot cheaper than getting your potato chip. It's going to be a lot cheaper than having your bag of different things.
Right.
But it's going to have that nutrient content that you want in your food.
So you put it in a big old bowl.
I do. I put it in a big old bowl, And what I like to do to make it nice and crispy, put a little bit of, I have some organic olive oil. So don't put too much, because once you cook it and it's too much oil, it's not going to crisp up like you want.
Just more of a dusting of it on there.
Teeny tiny bit.
Okay, she's drizzled just a tiny bit of olive oil, people. Organic olive oil.
Organic, yes.
Is this your brand, Newman's Own? Oh, that's good. I buy a lot of Newman's Own.
Yeah, I got
They were at the forefront of ingredients, pure ingredients, I got to say. For decades, Newman's Own has been in the front line of, I mean, when you buy salad, whatever. Our favorites are always.
It is a lot better. And you can get it just about anywhere, too.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Again, that's another easy way to,
Exactly.
a product that you can find.
Exactly. If you can't find it, you're not going to get it. You're not going to go to 5 stores. Then why even do that?
Right.
So all I'm doing is rubbing this on here. You can also do it a little bit easier by just doing this. And then I put my favorite seasoning. So you can pick any kind of seasoning that you want. I like a little bit of salt, and I like to get the mineral content salt that's still, so it's not white, it is pink.
Pink salt.
Pink salt, and it still has some nutrients in it. So it means
I don't
it
think
hasn't
I've
been
ever
bleached.
bought that. I think I just buy the sea salt and I don't think about that.
Real salt, because clean eating is real food.
Real food.
Yes. So I just sprinkle a little
day.
bit on here, not much, because it really is potent once you.
The salt is.
The salt is. If you have regular table salt, it's not going to have as much potency to it. But if you're going to have real salt, you're actually going to use way less.
Which is better for you, people.
Yes.
Better for you.
Yes.
Less salt, but just as much flavor.
Exactly. There's so many different seasonings that I like. If it's going to be like some burger seasoning or some steak seasoning, whatever's out there that you love to put on anything are going to be good. So all I'm going to do is stick them on here. Exactly. So this is not hard. It takes 10 minutes. Put it in the oven at 420.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
420 for 10 minutes.
And all I do is put it on there until you can pick it up and it's nice and crispy.
Okay, so this is you did that. You cooked one up for us.
Sure did.
And this is what it is. Are they crunchy?
Yes, these are crunchy. These are delicious. So you're going to be able to crunch them. I have so many of my clients that they go to the movie theater and they can't.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, this is perfect to bring in. One of my ladies, she put it into a bag and she put it under her coat and she walked right through. She was the most adorable thing.
I have green kale on me. You keep talking. There you go.
But this is absolutely
kale
delicious.
Smugglers. Checking my teeth. Okay, I'm good now.
When you cook it though, a lot of that flavor that people don't like in kale actually start going away.
Okay,
so
that's good. That's good.
When people say, well, it's too bitter, I don't like it, when you cook it, a lot of that flavor starts going away. So it really just tastes like a crunchy chip.
Easy to do. Okay, what I wanted to remind everyone that you are Beyond Basics Health Coaching, which is beyondbasicshc.com. Oh, it's so pretty. Your website's so pretty.
Thank you.
Before we go, I get a lot of people visiting my website, which is just a blog, it's called Does This Blog Make Us Look Fat? And my sister and I a long time ago started. I've been blogging since blogging began for the most part. And I want to point you to a couple of things that are on there. First of all, my most popular post is a letter to the family diet saboteur. If you're trying to eat healthy and someone in your family is trying to stop you, not because they don't love you, but because they just want you to eat ho-hos with them, this is the letter you send. Tongue in cheek. But it's how to deal with your family member who maybe isn't on board with your healthy eating. That's one of the most popular posts I have on my blog. Another popular one, name it, claim it for your diet delusions. You're telling yourself some things that are not true. This thing gets posted at doctor's offices. Yes, so you name the problem that you're having and then claim it. Like, one of those is I can lose 5 pounds in a week. No. Probably not. So you should be comfortable if you're on a healthy eating plan for 1 or 2 pounds a week, even a half a pound a week. So we've got a kind of list there. This is a really popular post of how to kind of be honest with yourself. I'll start my diet tomorrow. That's the other one. And finally, one of my most popular posts that I still refer to, I print out and put on my fridge, 6 ways to block a binge. I've got some ideas for you. These are the things: time, indulgences, your mind, fellowship. These are things that help you block a binge. For me, binging is about the time of day, not the food. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I want to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. How can I make that 3 o'clock go, healthy instead of binging. So those are some posts that I would love you to visit. Those are the ones that, like I said, I get a lot of hits on all the time. Does this blog, makeuslookfat.com. We'll link it to all our different social media channels. Thanks so much for watching Full Plate. And again, fullplate.tv. You'll be able to see all this online if you didn't see it on the air. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you so much, Laura. I guess it's back to school, right? We'll have kale in our lunchbox. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great week. So the kale should put on my feel like